all I'm gonna say. But we got more playoff matchups to get to, man. We got the Pistons. I can't believe the Pistons in the playoff. The Pistons. Shout out to Carl. I was just stuck on that. The Pistons, and we talking playoffs. The Pistons versus the Knicks, man. Another exciting series. We got a Pistons team sitting in the 6th seed that is hungry to make some noise in the playoffs. A lot of people making their playoff debut, most notably Cade Cunningham. Gonna be a guy watching this series. Against the New York Knicks, who have they the 3rd seed, but they kind of hit or miss, especially against good teams, man. So, Joe, how you feeling about this series, man? Are you favoring the Pistons or the Knicks? And in how many games?
This is a tough one, AJ. I think every series in the first round is like a tough series. Except for one.
Before you say this, I don't want to cut you off. We might pick all of the same teams, bro. When I look at my predictions, we might pick all of the same teams, bro.
You know, it's funny because I wanted to go against you, but I just can't fade. I wanted to pick the Pacers, but I couldn't pick the Pacers.
We gotta be honest.
And I think both of us gonna pick the same on this one. This was tough, but I'm gonna roll with the Knicks. Sorry, I'm gonna roll with the Knicks because here's the thing. Give me the Knicks because the Knicks, number one, they're more experienced. Experience always matters in the playoffs. You know, they've been in some battles. We talking about blood battles the Knicks have in the last 2 years. Jalen Brunson, he's different in the playoffs. Like I just said in the last series against Philly, he turned AI mode. I mean, I thought I saw number 3 behind his jersey with the navy blue and the star in the front. I thought it was the 76ers jersey from 2001. That's how crazy he was going, even though he was doing it against the Sixers. So Jalen Brunson in the playoffs. My X factor in this for the Knicks is Karl-Anthony Towns. Now, Karl-Anthony Towns against Detroit, he's been very successful, averaging 24 points a game. I think that he can be a bad matchup for Detroit. A lot of people talk about how Cat is soft. You're going against the bad boy Pistons. You're going against Isaiah Stewart, Jalen Duran, right? You're going against these guys who's very physical and tough. But these guys who are physical and tough, AJ, they can't guard on the perimeter. They can't. And Cat's game is on the perimeter. And I think that Cat will have a good series against his team. Also, Detroit, they can win the series. But this is where I'm kind of like, okay, not yet, right? Your boy Cade Cunningham is asked to do a whole lot with this team. He's asked to do a whole lot. In his first playoff series, he's going to have to outplay Jalen Brunson and win the series. And can I believe he would do that? I don't know. I don't think he would do that. They're going to force Cade Cunningham. Not saying he can't shoot, but they're going to force him to take more jumpers than usual. You know, in the playoffs, there's adjustments that have to be made from game to game. And he's going to have to learn through that in his first playoff series. There's going to be some adjustments he has to make from game to game. And my X factor for Detroit, or shall I say X factors, is Tim Hardaway Jr. and Malik Beasley. Are they going to cash out from 3? Now, we've seen Tim Hardaway Jr. in the playoffs with the Mavericks, with Luka, go crazy. I will never forget. I've been a huge Clippers advocate since Kawhi been there. Huge. But he just been injury prone. But when they play Luka in the Clippers, when they play Luka, I called J1 one day. I said, bro, and I think I called Vaughn. I said, yo, Tim Hardaway can't miss. So one thing about Tim Hardaway Jr., he can get to the mode in the playoffs where he's hitting contested shots. Like literally, not just wide open. We're talking contested threes. And same thing with Malik Beasley. So they are the X factors for me. If they're hitting their threes, it's going to be a great series for Detroit. Now, you're going to be surprised at my outcome in the series. Give me the Knicks in 5. I think it'll be a hard-fought 5. I'm not saying they're going to blow them out the door. There's going to be some close games in this battle. But experience is going to kick in. I'm just telling you, like Cade, the best, if the Detroit Pistons could win game 1, I believe they can get to 6. But if they lose game 1, then I think it's going to go 5. But I'm going to stick with 5 because I got the Knicks winning game 1. So give me Knicks in 5.
The same way your X factors, Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway Jr. can light it up, bro. We didn't see them go cold, too. We didn't see them not be able to hit nothing. In playoff series in the regular season, we seen them go ice cold. I'm leaning the same way, Joe. And I think for me, it just boils down to experience, bro. I like Cade Cunningham a lot. I think Cade Cunningham at this point is underrated, but we just haven't seen him in the playoffs. And the way Brunson plays in the playoffs, the way OG plays in the playoffs, I think Bridges is an underrated player for them as well. The way Josh Hart plays, they got a lot of gritty players over there in New York. A lot of guys who have that experience that do all of the dirty work. They hit all of the big shots. They just got one of their biggest issues is health. They just got to stay healthy. If they healthy throughout the series, it's hard for me to believe that this Pistons team is going to find a way to beat them. In all honesty, it's no shade. I promise you, no shade, Carl, because I was close. Because I do think the Knicks are fraudulent because of what we've seen in the regular season. They really, and if I'm not mistaken, the Pistons have beat them in the season series like 3-1, if I'm not mistaken.
3-1. Yep.
So it's not like it's impossible for the Pistons to win this series. They can, but it's the playoffs in the regular season, as we know, is much different. And the thing, right? And the thing is, Karl Anthony Towns, I mean, listen, I have been one with him being in Minnesota that talked about him in the playoffs and how he fails to perform time and time again. But to be honest, he still has his moments. A couple years ago against Memphis, he had his moments. This past playoff series, this past year against Phoenix and against the Denver Nuggets, most notably on defense, guarding Jokic, he had his moments. He is a big part of the reason why they came back and won Game 7 against the Nuggets. Like, he didn't really start to show his true colors for real into the conference finals. That's when it's like, yo, he can't make nothing. He not defending nobody. You might as well not even play him. Like, it is what it is. But that was the conference finals. This is the first round against a team that your best player don't have playoff experience. And I like the fact that they got a lot of bodies they can throw at him. Like, I'm not expecting to see Brunson on him. I'm expecting to see Bridges on him. I'm expecting to see OG on him. I'm expecting to see Josh Hart on him. Like, it's a lot of different defensive bodies that you could throw at them to make it difficult, to make it tough. Whereas the Pistons got guys, bro, but I think I've just seen Brunson go crazy in the playoffs. I've seen it. So even with the greatest defense, I've seen him still get to his spots on the floor, create havoc, get to the free throw line, get his teammates involved, but then get hurt. And so I'll roll it with the Knicks. I'm not going to go as far as to say it's going to be in 5 or 6. I think this is also another probably 7-game series, if I'm being honest, because I do think the Pistons, I think they're going to push them. I think they're going to push them. I think they're going to play hard. I think the Knicks are just going to have days where they don't show up, similar to how they did in the playoffs, and days where they fail to close like they did against a lot of good teams this season. They just not hitting shots down the stretch. That's going to happen. But I think overall experience is going to play the biggest role in this. And I think ultimately with the money on the line, I can't go with the Pistons over all this experience over here with the New York Knicks. So I'm gonna roll with the Knicks. I'm gonna roll with the Knicks again, another 7-game series.
Yeah. And shout out to Vaughn. He said this. Who on the Pistons can really get their own bucket consistently that you can depend on besides Cade? That's why I said they depend on Cade to do so much.
Yeah.
And this is his first playoff series, and playoffs are different, man. Like, adjusted from game to game, different game plans. Like, they guard you one way this game, they guard you a different way this game, they guard you this way. It's like a lot of it to adjust to. And like Vaughn said, it's going to be a good experience. So there's no shade. It's just, y'all, the Pistons won by being here. Let's give them props. They had the worst record in the NBA last year. They were on the 8-game losing streak. They were giving out 8 wings. I'm probably hyping it up. 8 free wings if they got to win. If I live in Detroit, bro, I'll be going. I love wings. They're going to 4 batter wings. Now, we're not talking about free coffee. We're not talking about from French fries, a hot dog. We're talking about 4 batter wings if they just get a win, AJ. That's wild.
That's tough.
And now they're in the playoffs. It was 5. Okay.
I knew Carl was gonna know the exact. It was 5. It was 5.
But the fact that it was giving out 5 full wings make my spicy hot. It's a hot buffalo. How does you got?
Right.
Just for a win? That's crazy. And now they're in the playoffs. Not in the playoffs. This is the playoffs. They're not in the play-in. They are in the playoffs playing the real team. So yeah, give them props. But Asar Thompson, they will put Brunson. He will be on Brunson. I want to see how he will be against him from game to game. And I'm trying to see how the Knicks are going to guard Cade. Are they going to put a kill on him? Are they going to, like even OG, like you said, you name all them guys, right? And people forget OG down this last stretch of the season,
Mhm.
OG been playing very great. I think he
Yeah.
averaged around 25 points a game last like 10 games, some craziness. He
He
been going crazy.
he healthy. He healthy.
So we will see, man. But speaking of health, well, speaking of